tied up with daredevil escape artist Dean Gunnarsson.
How's it feel, Jason?
Pretty tight. Dean's been practicing escape artistry since he was 10. He's our special guest for today's show called One Track Mind.
Coming up, he yos like a pro, but will he nail all his tricks? Risking his life to get a first on film. We challenge a wrestling fan to throw his weight around. Bye-bye, scaredy cat. An expert tip to get over your worst fears.
So hang with us, because we're raising the stakes today on To the Max! Hi, this is To the Max. I'm Jason, and that's Dean Gunnarsson, the world's greatest escape artist.
Dean only has 2 minutes to get out of the straitjacket before the rope burns through and he plunges to the ground.
Dean defies death every time he pulls a stunt.
He risks being pulverized by speeding cars and drowning in his own coffin.
All right, way to go, Dean. Way to go.
No
way to go,
baby. All the way.
Like Dean here, the lives of today's To the Maxers are ruled by passion.
Jensen Kimmett dreams of being the next String King.
I want to be like the best that I can be.
But first, he has to prove himself at the contest that counts. Caver Alan Griffiths is going where no human has gone before.
If you don't have light, it's the same as being blind. If your light goes out, you're dead.
To make his film, he's putting his life on the line.
Floatplane service up in Sandspit says it'll be impossible to land on the west side. We'll be able to take a chopper.
Can we use the maneuverability to get some more shots? Like maybe circle?
Alan Griffiths, his friend Riel, and his dad Paul are preparing for an expedition. There are few undiscovered places left on Earth. This cave is one of them.
The entrance is about 1,000 meters from the beach.
No one has ever been here before. There's a thrill about going into a cave and not knowing what's around the next corner, kind of boldly going where no man has gone before.
Alan's mom is a cave guide. His dad is a cave surveyor, and he stumbled across the cave about a year ago.
And then
It has the potential of being a major discovery. The native Indian royalty lived on the island, and so could be some impressive artifacts there as well.
Alan is also a filmmaker. 2 years ago, Alan won 3 awards for a drama he set in a cave. The story was based on an ancient Indian legend, Farouk.
There was no Indian legend, so I made it up. It's pretty much like the Blair Witch, except it came out over a year before that.
It takes special skills to be an adventure filmmaker.
You need to be an expert in both fields, an expert cameraman and an expert caver. Caving films, in my opinion, is one of the most dangerous type of filming you can do. If you don't have light, it's the same as being blind. If your light goes out, you're dead. You could slip and fall, break your ankle, break your neck. You always have to trust your partners. Very often, they have to hold a rope for you. If they let go, you'll fall to your death.
Not everyone on Alan's crew has caving experience. His trust will be put to the test.
In the last 2 years, I've mastered 150 tricks. And I've invented some of my own tricks, too.
12-year-old Jensen Kimmett's yo name is Romy Yo. A couple of times a week, he shows off his tricks at the Edmonton Mall.
This one's a skyrocket.
He's only been performing for 2 years, but Romeo's already won in the Canadian Championships for his age group. He eats, sleeps, and breathes yo-yo. He practices at least 3 hours a day, these days even more, as he prepares for the U.S. National Contest in Chico, California.
Well, I'm pretty much going to Chico to learn tricks and meet the pros, like John Higbie.
A year ago, Jensen read in the paper that John Higbie, one of the best yo-yo guys in the world, was coming to his hometown of Edmonton. He went to the show.
Then I started talking to him, he taught me some tricks. And then at the end of like his 3 shows, he held a competition and I won. I won a Turbo Bumblebee yo-yo. It was the first yo-yo that I won, so it's kind of special to me. This is where I keep some of my most prized yo-yos.
He's a great kid and I'm very proud of him. He's only a granddad could be.
Jensen lives with his granddad, his biggest fan. He built Jensen a special case so he could carry his yo-yos around easily.
Finally getting it. So it's right there. Grab your pinky.
Jensen is getting ready to strut his stuff in Chico.
It's gonna be exciting because I'm gonna meet like lots of pros.
Including his friend, John Higbie.
So you're gonna bring your hands together.
It's gonna be special to meet John down there because he knows me and I think I'm gonna learn some stuff from him.
But how will he stack up against some of the best yo-yoers in the world?
I'm back with the guy who can't stay tied down or up. World-famous escape artist, Dean Gunnarsson. Like Alan and Jensen, Dean got hooked on something really different at a very early age. So, Dean, tell me about your handcuff collection.
Yeah, I have handcuffs from Russia, from England.
How about these right here?
Oh yeah, that's a very good set. Those are actually German. You lock that on there and that on there. Check and make sure that that's locked.
You're in a pretty unusual field. How'd you get started?
When I was about 10 years old, my mom bought me a book on Houdini, and it sparked my interest about this man that traveled around the world getting out of all these impossible handcuffs and these different situations, all these things that people said were impossible to do, but yet he did it. And I thought as a kid, that would be a neat thing to do, to be able to do something that people said couldn't be done.
Now, what does it take to become an escape artist?
There's a physical element,
Okay.
to be able to maneuver your body, be flexible, to have a certain amount of strength, and it takes a technical ability to understand your handcuffs and how they work. And we'll try this right here, if I can.
Wow. There you go.
But just knowing the right little spot and the right amount of pressure to be able to get out of. And the third element is the mental ability.
Okay.
The desire to focus and to see what you're going to have to be able to figure out things in a difficult situation. It is a dangerous profession. I've been hurt many times and even died in an escape once.
You even died in an escape once?
They chained me up, put me in a coffin, nailed on the lid, wrapped it in chains, and then lowered it into the icy Red River here in Winnipeg. I was underwater for nearly 4 minutes. By the time they pulled me out and unlocked the chains and the coffin, I was blue unconscious and dead. I got to see the lights, the tunnels, the whole bit.
Really?
And they had to bring me back to life.
Wow. Now, how did people react when you said, I want to make this my career?
A lot of people said there's no way you can make a living as an escape artist, or you can't do this, you can't do it. But you know what? It doesn't matter what you want to do. You're either too tall or too short or too smart or too stupid or too fat or too skinny. There's always going to be somebody that says you can't do that.
Yeah.
But the only one you have to believe in is yourself, and you have to trust your intuition, your instinct, and your heart, and you have to follow it through.
Great stuff. You've got a nerves of steel tip for us later, right?
Right, I'm going to tell you the secret to train your brain so that nothing holds you back.
Also coming up, your slippery maximum videos. Jensen yos with the pros in Chico. Alan's deep cave adventure. Plus, our sweaty wrestling challenge. Next. Today's web challenge. To the Max challenges Peter, a die-hard wrestling fan, to hit the mats with a pro.
Ever wonder what it feels like to get slammed against the ropes in a wrestling ring?
All the time.
This is Peter.
Getting into that ring is a dream come true.
And Peter's going to step into the ring and learn some moves with a pro. His challenge is to hold his own for 1 full minute. If he gets pinned, it's over.
I'm ready. Bring it on.
Step 1. How to fall without hurting yourself.
Don't want any wind in your gut. See, everything we do is timing, so you gotta... Bend at the knees.
That's how you protect yourself.
Try it. Don't lift your feet. You ready to learn some actual moves now?
Yeah.
Looks painful, but it's not. They're acting.
Okay, you almost got him that time. In there. Here you go. There you go. You're not going nowhere.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You got those moves down?
I think so.
You ready for a match?
I am.
Are you nervous?
Nope, not at all.
Well, you know, before you get in the ring, you need a personality. I'm sexy, but I was born that way. What are we gonna do with you?
Well, I've chosen Hades, Lord of Darkness.
Ooh. So I've got the opponent for you.
And now entering the ring at 180 pounds, Hades, Lord of Darkness. And his opponent, weighing in at 201 pounds, Wild Thing. Let's get it on.
In this match, every move is planned, so no one gets hurt.
Oh, it's Hades and Wild Thing.
Oh, it's reverse!
It's still not down. Hades is down. One. You're sending a little boy to do a man's job. Wild Thing is down too, and he's up again. Bang! Oh! He's down at 1 and 2, 3. It's over for Hades.
You didn't actually think you were gonna win, did you? How you feeling?
I'm all right.
Okay, well, you know, with a bit of practice, you just might be that superstar you want to be. And you started pretty good today.
Want to throw some of your ideas at us? Well, our website is the place to go. And while you're at it, vote on today's To The Maxers, that's right. And if you have a special passion or talent, put it on a tape and send it along. Now it's time to watch viewers like you go to the max.
Lesson 1. How to get up on your skis. Ta-da! Meet Spider-Man in training. What technique! Send in your Maximum videos and show us what you can do. Now, let's check back in with today's To The Maxers, Alan and Jensen. Alan, a filmmaker and caver, is preparing to film an undiscovered cave in the Queen Charlotte Islands. He hopes that his film will help make his name as an adventure filmmaker.
I started making movies in grade 7 with my dad's video camera. I showed them in school. Everyone liked it. I just caught the bug. I just like making movies for an audience and getting feedback. The creative control you have over a project to see exactly your vision up on the screen. For Farouk, we basically just grabbed a camera and hit record. It was really bad. There was bad lighting, bad audio. Because of Farouk, I've learned to pre-plan.
As far as the equipment for this film, Alan's prepared.
When something goes wrong or something comes up that's unexpected, I don't panic. definitely have to be quick on your feet and a lot of problem solving by yourself.
Films for Alan has been an obsession for a long time. You know, it's always more equipment. He needs more equipment. Before Alan learned how to walk, he was caving.
Alan makes some final preparations. Ahead of him lies an unexplored cave and hopefully a new film.
We just want to make sure we do it right. We only have one shot at it.
Jensen, also known as Romeo, has arrived in town to fling some string at a national contest and to check out the only yo-yo museum in North America, home of the world's biggest yo-yo.
The first yo-yo that I ever got was from my grandma. I got it for Christmas. I learned like most of my tricks on the internet. Unless there's like a pro around, then like that's the best way.
This summer, Jensen learned a lot from one of his favorite pros. On a return trip to Edmonton, John Higbie invited Jensen to be part of his act.
You see a lot of kids who are good with yo-yos, but he's really a performer. I can see him being an actor or something like that.
It gave Jensen the courage to perform on his own. And he raised $500 for his trip to Chico.
Trick number 9 is man on the trapeze.
It's the night before the contest. They're demonstrating the 30 tricks that Jensen will have to do in the morning.
Once with your hands together and pop. Yes, these tricks are getting a little harder as they go up the ladder.
He's done them all before, but there's one trick that still gives him trouble. Boingy boingy.
It bounces off the strings, and if you miss it, you screw up. Watch him do it. Do boingy boingy.
Will Jensen pull off boingy boingy? Coming up next, escape artist extraordinaire Dean Gunnarson's cure for cold feet.
It seems to me you're a pretty fearless guy.
Well, no, that's not true. I mean, I have fears just like everybody else.
Come on, Dean, you were just swinging from your feet at 190 feet up in the air.
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to be afraid of heights till I started hanging from cranes, or I used to be terrified of drowning till they chained me up and threw me in the water. But you have to overcome your fears to be able to accomplish what you need to in life, no matter what that fear is. Whether you're afraid of asking somebody on a date or going to apply for a job or whatever that fear is, you have to overcome it. The more you prepare yourself, if you see yourself in that situation, you see yourself doing it, you become more comfortable with it and more prepared. So when the time comes, you're not afraid. Sometimes you're nervous, but nervous is good. Nervous gives you the energy to succeed and to do it and that little extra push. But when you're afraid, that'll paralyze you and prevent you from doing what you need to do. In my case, fear would kill me.
Well, thanks again, Dean. Now let's see how things turn out with Alan's shoot and Jensen's contest.
Jensen is in Chico, California to compete at the U.S. National Yo-Yo Contest. But just as important, he's here to learn some new tricks and meet some of his idols.
Look, it's Steve Brown.
And his old pal, John Higbie.
Oh, that's cool.
John's even brought Jensen a present, a new yo-yo case.
I love this case. I'm excited. Just try not to get overexcited, get nervous.
Jensen competes against kids his own age. All of them have to do the same series of tricks. You're allowed one mistake. On your second mistake, you're out.
When it comes to like boingy boing or quidgy bow, I might mess up.
Jensen's turn is coming up, but there's something wrong with his favorite yo-yo. It's not serious. He decides to go for it.
Holy cow!
Jensen's judge, John Higbie. Jensen's first mistake comes early.
Miss that one. If you miss another one, you're gonna be out. So you gotta be good. Sorry, dude. Only 12. Good try.
It's hard to take.
I don't care.
But it's not long before Jensen cheers out.
It's important to meet these guys so I can learn different tricks from them so I can be better. I want to be like the best that I can be.
On the wild west coast of the Queen Charlotte Islands, Alan is making a film about a cave that's never been explored.
We set up camp the first day, and then the second day it started to rain pretty bad. It's going to be difficult with a lot of gear.
Slippery. Even getting to the cave is hard. Alan gets there first to film the other team members approaching.
Just keep moving, don't stop. It'd be great if Carol could go in and then Brielle follow her. Okay. It's the first time I've filmed with so much equipment, so I'm taking more time to set up the shots and do it right. Okay guys, come down. Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
I love how the light behind the water falling down lights up.
What I love about caving is the sense of adventure. It creates an adrenaline rush, kind of like a natural high. You can go around the corner and you can find these beautiful cave formations. Whatever it is new to you and completely different from anything you've ever seen.
Making a film is a long process, but Alan's off to a good start.
It's really exciting. A lot of people will like this film when it's finished, I think. It's just amazing. No one's ever been here before, so this film could be a positive step in my career.
When we come back, a challenge that takes me to new heights.
All right, Jason, I'll show you what it feels like to hang upside down. Take it up.
Okay. All right, I get the idea, Dean. Can I come down now?
No, you can't come down till you get out of the straitjacket.
What?
But I gotta run. See you, Jason.
Are you kidding? Dean, get back here.
Got a challenge in mind for me? Drop us a line at ytv.com/shows. We want to hear all your show ideas. And don't forget to vote for today's To The Maxers. At our grand finale show, Youth Achievement Awards go to the most inspiring Maxers.
See you later, baby.